This is Meghan Markle's sickest stunt yet.
Walking in the distance. And then not long after that humiliation, obviously this is on the stage, everybody's there watching it.
Also, this is the same town that her mother-in-law passed away in. Prince Harry says it was due to paparazzi, and Meghan's literally chasing these flashbulbs throughout the city.
They really hate each other now, and they cannot hide it anymore.
Hold on to your teacups, because this one isn't gossip. It's a slow-motion crash caught on camera. New York City, flashbulbs, royal titles, and a single voice from the crowd that sliced through the noise. Stop using our children. The smile froze. Harry's jaw locked. Meghan's hand tightened like a reflex. That wasn't a red carpet moment. That was the sound of a fairy tale cracking. From that second on, every flash of a camera turned into lightning, bright, cold, merciless. And what the world didn't see that night was the storm that started months earlier, somewhere far from Manhattan, because before New York, there was Paris. And Paris is where everything began to fall apart.
She was the villain.
How was she dangerous?
Because of the need for her to rehabilitate her image.
On camera, they looked perfect. Two rebels rewriting royalty. Off camera, insiders say the script had started to rot. Every event told the same story. Meghan performing for headlines, Harry shrinking into silence. At the Kevin Costner gala, remember that awkward mic grab? She reached for his hand, he pulled away like it burned. That was the soft launch of their downfall. New York was the sequel. Same roles, fewer lines. Wait, what changed him so completely? The answer? A city that loves fashion and a tunnel that still haunts his nightmares.
They seem to be doing more and more things completely separate of each other, but I've noticed a real shift. It seems that Harry is the one being elevated. It's Harry being asked to go to events and not Meghan.
Let's start with the first receipt, the Paris setup. Balenciaga, front row, flashbulbs everywhere. This was supposed to be Meghan's grand comeback moment, her triumphant return to the fashion elite. But behind the scenes, insiders whispered something that changed the entire picture. The outfit wasn't even hers. Borrowed, returned, tags still attached. In the fashion world, that's not styling, that's a quiet humiliation. You borrow when brands don't trust you to represent them. It wasn't glamour anymore, it was desperation, disguised in designer heels. Then came the tunnel, the Pont de l'Alma, the same place Princess Diana lost her life. And that's where Meghan's team filmed her. Smiling softly, scarf pulled close, cameras rolling. She later claimed she didn't know where she was. But come on, Meghan studied Diana like a syllabus. Every outfit, every gesture, every tragedy. To her, that tunnel was symbolism. To Harry, it was sacrilege. That was the moment the distance began. And when that video surfaced online, his reaction was volcanic, off camera and off script. Now comes the second receipt, the hotel showdown. Witnesses say that night, Harry finally snapped. He demanded to know how she could turn the place where his mother died into content. Her answer? Calm, cold. It's just a clip. It's not that deep. But to him, it was sacred ground. That line hit harder than any headline ever could. Because for Harry, that tunnel wasn't Paris, it was purgatory. After that, he didn't yell again. He went quiet. And sometimes silence says more than rage ever could. And finally, the third receipt, the New York performance. Fast forward to that red carpet moment. The cameras flashing, the crowd cheering, the illusion still alive. But look closely, the body language tells a different story. He leaned away, she leaned in. She smiled for the cameras, he smiled to survive them. That's not affection, that's choreography. Every glance rehearsed, every touch timed. Two people performing the ghost of a marriage for an audience that's already stopped believing. And yet, that wasn't even the strangest part.
This weekend, she decided to invoke the memory of dead Princess Diana in a deliberate attempt to terrorize her long-suffering husband, Prince Harry.
Again, I have to be careful.
Together like salt and pepper. And given that this is a woman who he has chosen to lose everything for.
Within hours, Twitter turned forensic. Clips slowed down, frames analyzed. Did you see that eye roll? Watch his hand loosen. TikTok called it the divorce glare. Reddit dubbed it the hostage smile. Memes exploded. Harry captioned, "Blink twice if you're trapped." Meghan's grin edited into horror movie posters. One fan wrote, "If this were a Netflix show, they'd call it The Crown. Final season, The Breakup." Would you believe her if you saw that clip? Comment below, because the internet already made its verdict.
But if there were a divorce, it would be a more dignified way of extricating him from the situation.
The simmering tension between the duplicitous Duke and his facelift-enhanced wife. Here's the red carpet arrival.
Hey, Harry, when are you going upstairs?
After the Paris backlash, something changed inside the palace walls, too. Rumors swirled that King Charles was quietly considering cutting the last string, their titles. For Meghan, that title, Duchess of Sussex, is oxygen. Without it, she's just Meghan Markle again. And in Hollywood, that name doesn't sell fairy tales anymore. For Harry, the title means something else: regret. It's the last fragment of a kingdom he traded for chaos. If he walks away now, he admits he lost everything for nothing. So they stay. She for relevance, he for pride. It's not a partnership, it's a pact.
You completely see that she is shaken by this.
Maybe he is still very upset over her stunt over in Paris. I can't imagine that didn't go unnoticed by him.
No trust. Meghan, who is focused on the future, while Harry has one foot in the past, is very business about it, the source says.
Every love story ends. Some in fire, others in frost. Theirs froze in front of us. Because what began as a rebellion against the crown became an empire of contradiction. The woman who said privacy turned her pain into press tours. The man who blamed cameras for destroying his childhood now lives behind a lens again. Paris exposed the truth, New York confirmed it. This isn't royalty reborn, it's royalty rehearsed. They're not partners in purpose, they're co-stars in a fading franchise. And the fans can feel it. The chemistry's gone, the illusion cracked, the fairy tales running on fumes. If they can turn grief into branding, what else have they rewritten?
Meghan is doing her own thing. Harry, go whatever with you. I'm doing what I want to do.
For them. Well, of course, they have poisoned the pond to such an extent, but she has poisoned it irretrievably.
So here we are. Paris was the beginning, New York was the aftermath, and somewhere between the tunnel and the red carpet, love quietly left the room. Maybe there won't be a press release, maybe just fewer smiles, fewer sightings, fewer reasons to pretend. Because in the end, Meghan didn't lose the palace, she lost the plot. If you love scandals served cold, hit subscribe. This story's just getting started. The lights may fade, but trust me, the whispers never do.